What's going on, guys? I look like a fat monkey. So, day after the competition, we're about ready to leave the house here in the next 45 minutes or so. We have to be out by 11. So, so I figured I'd sit here with Cory. Cory kind of brought it up too. So, me and Cory have trained together a couple times now, and we competed against each other yesterday because he's an asshole.
Yeah. But don't worry. Well, when we break it down, we'll explain why.
So, no, I'm super proud of where you came from since Motor City. You got a lot stronger since then. So we'll break it down. We'll start with, I thought you were grabbing your titties.
No.
Our light keeps changing though. So we'll break it down. We'll start off with the farmers. So I was actually really surprised how well I did. During training, I couldn't even move my 320 per hand at all. So, and actually it was supposed to be 320 per hand, and it was 325 per hand at the competition. So I'm assuming that's just because of what the farmers actually weighed in at and what they could put on it for weight. But regardless, I made it probably 50 feet, I would say. I didn't look at the actual list to see how far, but I was halfway in between the 40 and 60, so I would say I was around 50 feet, and you made it all the way, right?
Yeah, I had,
you had the second fastest time.
That is some bull, but yeah, second fastest.
Second fastest time, so.
By like a millisecond, it doesn't even count.
You were very quick, though, and you knew you were going to do good on that with your training.
Yeah, the highest I got up in training, I did 315 because I didn't know how much my farmers weigh, so it ended up being 325 in competition, so I just figured that's close enough to try to, go all out and send it.
Yeah, I think the heaviest that I was able to make my full run was upper 200s, but 320 wasn't anything for me. So as soon as I picked up and started moving, I was surprised the shit out of myself. So I was pretty happy with that. So next was axle overhead press and clean for reps. It was 295 pounds, and heaviest I hit in competition was 280, 285. For one, and I had a hard time cleaning the 295, but I knew in competition it would be a little bit. I flip a different switch in competition, so I knew if I was able to hit the 295, it would be okay. So, I was able to get the 295 for one. And you got it about 3/4 of the way.
Yeah, I never got, the highest I got in training was 275, and that was about it. And having some nagging injuries from before made it kind of hard, so I just went for the 295. I got about, I would say, a good 9/16 of the way up. If I want to be metric, that's 13.
We have a window right behind us, and everybody keeps walking by. So
for some reason, they're making this hard.
So third event was yoke, right?
Yep.
So yoke was, I knew I was going to be under 30 seconds, but I was actually really surprised that I was 16.5 seconds for the yoke run, 700 pounds. I did not make a rookie mistake, and I made sure that I had like a foot of clearance underneath the yoke. Cory, go ahead. I know
it makes it a lot easier when you're only 5'6". So, once you actually get into adult heights, it's kind of harder to determine where the perfect pin is.
Hey, I may be short, but I'm round.
But in that 60 or that 40 feet, I had you beat until the front of the yoke tipped forward and I caught the floor.
You were moving quick.
And it came screaming dead halt with 700 pounds on your back. Does not feel good under any circumstances.
Doing yoke on stall mats or rubber flooring sucks. If it was turf or cement or anything like that, when it hits, it slides a little bit. But when you're on stall mats, and I've done competitions where the yoke was on stall mats before, and I struggle to keep hitting that rubber stall mat, and as soon as you hit that, the front of it digs down into it, and you're done.
It's like running full speed into a wall with the yoke on your back.
Yeah, I was looking, and they're gonna have to replace some stall mats.
Yeah,
because even with the keg, where everybody was sitting the keg down at the end, that one's gonna really need to be replaced. So
because with the same thing with that is there's like 3 people there that when that yoke came down, it actually tipped over onto the person.
Yeah, I wish I recorded some of that.
That was rough, man. There was a girl there that fell right. She had like her legs underneath her, and like the whole yoke just fell right on top.
And she got back up and kept moving with it. She was about 10 feet short, I want to say.
And then she got done and fell over again.
They stood the yoke back up, and she got under it and moved it the rest of the way. And then they went over to treat her. But yeah, I was surprised with I was pretty pleased with my yoke.
Yeah.
What was that? Axle deadlift was 650 pounds, and neither one of us want to talk about that because neither one of us got a rep. We knew it was going to be tough.
I just want to say this right now. I think in 2020 we should eliminate the axle from any competition, any training. Like if you have one in the gym, you actually get a fine. The axles are terrible. The wagon wheels are terrible. Everything about it is just terrible. And that's my speech for today.
So, you want to do what? Frame and log next year?
I would rather do 10 frames per comp than ever touch another axle.
Axles are tough.
Because all it does is hurt. There's no, like, even if you're deadlifting with it, you can't get your hands.
Or my left arm, the grip in it today hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say that was thicker than a 2-inch.
It seemed like it was knurled too, but it was knurled in the wrong spots. Yep. So like when you're doing the deadlift, it was only knurled right where your shins are.
Yep.
So it's kind of.
There were some people with some tore up shins.
There was some blood. It was pretty cool.
Last event was the
keg
carry and load over to a 48-inch yoke height, and I hate kegs.
They were bad.
I'll drink from. Shut up. I'll drink from them, but I won't. I don't like carrying them. I don't like pressing them. I don't like tossing them. I don't like kegs.
And then again, I think it also plays into having that adult height, because the 48-inch bar stops about right here, and on him it's about right here. So being able to walk up and just set the keg over makes it just a lot easier. Any reference on that?
None.
All right. So I figured. Yeah, because you got the one, because the 60-foot, it was 255 to start.
Not only that, but it's, not only do you have to load the keg over the bar, but you have to make a 60-foot run with it first, carrying 255 pounds. That's like me carrying you.
You wish. He just makes I got abs, so that's what it is. Ever since I showed him abs on Friday, that's, it's been a whole...
Did you see abs in that picture?
There is.
Okay.
There it is. It's just, it's like being over 300 pounds having it. It's just pretty much amazing. It's impeccable. Anyway, like you were saying about your keg carry, the part that I did pretty easily.
With an injured shoulder.
With a bad shoulder. With a bad wing.
So I already complimented you at the beginning of the video.
You cut me down at the beginning of the video, too. Twice. Yeah, so let's just get even now.
Overall, I'm fairly happy with how I did. I thought I was going to do way worse. Not happy. I thought I would place more in the middle of the pack, but the top 5 guys, our weight class was stacked with good guys. The guy that took 4th only weighs 212 pounds, but he's a 105 kg pro card guy. And the guy that took 2nd bumped up a weight class to try and win the belt, and honestly, he could have had it, but they were tied going into the last event, and it all depended on who got the kegs over the quickest, and the guy that bumped up a weight class had to go before the guy that won. So the guy that won knew he had to go faster than the other guy, so it really was kind of an advantage to him, but I had a feeling he was going to win anyways, because he's, honestly, I think he's younger than you.
Which one?
Jake Harmon. I'm pretty sure he's younger than you.
I think he's my age.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's been, when I started competing, he was in the teen division, so he's pretty damn good. And honestly, give you 2 more years, he'll be there easily.
Yeah, I think as I read on Facebook, that pretty much every person that placed 1st through 3rd was from Strength Depot. I seen that Shane Rickman posted that.
A few of them, yeah.
It was almost every class.
Or a train down there. So
yeah.
I'm not sure where Harmon trains at. I've never seen him post any kind of training stuff. So
yeah.
But I think we're gonna end this here. We can get that's for you. Packed up and head out of here pretty soon. We're gonna run around town for a little bit and
do
some tour shit and head home. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, lift big, eat big, get big, and I will link Cory's channel in here. He's only got like 2 subscribers. Go help the little guy out. So yeah, he's got a couple.
His brother.
And me.
And my fake account. So actually 4. So
You have a fake account?
Well, of course I gotta get likes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Alright. I will link him in the top part of this video. And go check him out, guys.
I'll make more videos soon. See ya.
Thanks. Hey guys, we're back home now. Actually, I've been home for quite a few hours, but I forgot to add a little piece to the end of this video. I wanted to talk about the competition overall, not just how each of us did, but how it was ran overall. So we were at the venue before 7:30. Weigh-ins in the morning were like 7 to 8, and we got there super early. I mean, in the middle of weigh-ins basically, and the competition was supposed to start at 9. Ended up starting at like 9:30, but still no biggie. Maybe even 10 o'clock. So we got there early, got our seats set up. I went over to warm up and came back, and somebody was there was a bench. There wasn't a lot of room inside basically. Wife and kids were all set up in their chairs. I left my chair outside along with a bunch of other, like half of our stuff was sitting outside, and we were only allowed to bring in about half of our stuff. So it was a pretty small venue, and there was 85 competitors, and there was like 93 that were signed up. And then you gotta think all the people that came probably brought somebody with them, you know, a significant other, you know, family, kids, whatever it may be, right? So I had my wife and 2 kids. Cory had his wife, his sister, brother, and parents were all there. But there was one guy that had like 20 people there with him, right? So there was a lot of people in this one building. There wasn't a lot of room. And when I went to go warm up, somebody was actually sitting on the bench where I was originally sitting at. That had half the bench had my stuff sitting on it. So somebody just happened to sit down and stay there all day, actually. I thought it was really fucking rude, and it pissed me off, but you know what? Better to be nice than be an asshole. So the competition ran very smoothly. The longest event was the first one, Farmers. It took about an hour to get through, which is fucking smooth. And the competition was done by like 3:30, 4 o'clock. Hung out for a while afterwards before they did awards, which I was kind of waiting around to see the awards, but it was taking a while to do that. It usually does. I'm not downplaying that whatsoever, but or making that down. I don't know. Anyways, the competition ran smooth. It was one of the quickest competitions I've ever been to that had that many people at it. I've been to competitions that big, and they're done by like 6, 7 o'clock. So I was very happy with the competition in that aspect. All right, I think that's it. I already did my outro, so we'll talk to you guys later.